What's up everyone, it's Iceman Oz, aka Jay, and today I've got all the details on Battlefield 1. So after the trailer was revealed at the Battlefield event, there was a lot of information given by the developers and people who had played the game, and that's what we're going to be going over in this video. So the categories we've got is vehicles, map destruction, multiplayer, mounts, which is the horses, campaign, gameplay, weapons, gadgets, and the release date of the beta. So we'll start with the release date of the game. It's going to be coming out officially October 21st for everybody. However, if you pre-order the game and you have an Xbox One and EA access, you can play the game on October 18th. The beta release date, there is currently none around. However, in the future, there will be a date announced for that. Something you need to note is generally the beta will come out a month before the game's released, so you could expect to see a trailer September 21st. That is my prediction, that is not a fact. If you want to get your hands on the game even earlier than that, you can go to the EA Play event where there will be a hands-on experience of Battlefield 1 regarding the multiplayer specifically. And then we have the vehicles. First of all, there's the War Blimp. We don't know if it does damage or not, or if it's more along the lines of a spawn beacon. They didn't go into specifics regarding it. We have light and heavy tanks. The tanks level up separate from each other, so if you level up your heavy tank, it obviously won't level up the light tank. They are separated. The other thing to note is that your whole entire squad can fit in tanks now, making it more of a team-based game, in the sense that now it's really trying to promote that team play aspect where you're all going into the same location as each other. You know, they're trying to push that aspect because in heavy tanks you could only fit 2 people in them, and it caused problems because what if your whole squad wanted to go to a location with that tank? And then something which I actually recommended in a video a while back, they're actually going to be having battleships in the next Battlefield game, Battlefield 1. There will be battleships. The thing is, they do massive damage, but you are a painted target, meaning that everyone on the enemy team see exactly where you are, and that means you can be taken out easily. Bumper planes, which obviously we have seen in the trailer. When it comes down to it, they have said that the core of the gameplay is built around vehicles, so it's going back to that classic Battlefield aspect when it comes to games like Battlefield 1942, where it was built around vehicles. And next is the destruction. In short, they didn't really say much about it, but apparently the destruction is so immense and everything can be destroyed to the point where it was actually breaking the gameplay in testing. The fact that the maps would just be destroyed, it was causing frame rate issues. There was just a number of issues going on. They didn't go really specifically what the issues were, but in regards to map flow, it was really causing issues. That's pretty much what I got from that. Now we move on to the multiplayer. They said generally not too many things about it, but that it is extremely team-based, and we have seen that with things like the upgraded tanks. Now that you can fit your entire squad into it, it does make sense. The rock, paper, scissors style, when it regards to weapons and teamwork, that is the DICE style of creating games, so nothing has changed there. Now the horses weren't specifically talked about in the multiplayer, but regarding some questions that were asked at the developers, it was hinted that you could ride and fight on them in the multiplayer, and the way I like to think about it is the same way that we have buggies in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. I believe, now this is a prediction, that the horses will basically be the buggies of Battlefield 1. Next up, the campaign. So it's basically based around the destiny of 7 different people in World War I. Now we don't know specifically if you can choose out of any of these characters, and they all have their own unique storylines. We aren't exactly sure on that just yet. The gameplay has been reported as brutal and gritty. Nothing much mentioned on the weapons, besides the fact that they have updated the weapon customization, so it will be different from Battlefield 4. And finally, the gadgets. So there's the flamethrower, which will be absolutely awesome, I believe. I think it'll be super powerful at close range, but absolutely hopeless at, I guess, medium and long range, right? So almost like a shotgun in a sense. And then you've got the gas dispenser, which I presume is similar to how Hardline did it, but we'll have to wait and see on that. there's a lot of melee weapons. So going back to the melee based on, real life when it comes to it. If there's a melee weapon that is larger, like a bat of some sort, it's going to do more powerful than a smaller melee weapon like a knife, right? So pretty much there will be melee weapons that you charge up, which will take time to hit. Like, for example, if you played Battlefield Hardline, the sword, that's actually a one-shot kill, but it takes time to build it up so it can actually go through with the swing. It's basically like that. And that is pretty much all the details in specific on Battlefield 1 so far. Be sure to subscribe to this channel so you can keep update with all of the latest. I'll be updating as soon as it comes to hand. But with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, share, subscribe, and peace.